Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news, so, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing moves for the Lions this season. We're talking about the possibility of the Detroit Lions making a blockbuster move for none other than Chris Jones, the dominant defensive tackle from the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is just speculation right now, but the signs are pointing toward a very real possibility that could shake up the NFC landscape in a major way. And if it happens, it could be a turning point for the Lions in their quest for Super Bowl glory. Let's break down why this makes so much sense. First, Chris Jones is a beast. We all saw what he did in 2025 with a PFF pass rush grade of 93. 0, racking up 9 sacks, 47 tackles, and 8 tackles for loss in just 12 games. That kind of production is elite, and he's been a terror on the interior line for years now. At 32, he's still playing at a high level with a win rate of around 79% in double teams and a pressure success rate of 81% on bull rushes. His ability to collapse the pocket from the inside is unmatched, and he's one of those rare players who can change the entire dynamic of a defense. What makes Jones even more valuable, especially for a team like Detroit, is his ability to influence the game in multiple ways. He's not just a pass rusher, he's a dominant run defender too. His EPA per stop against the run is plus 0.49, and he's been able to generate consistent pressure, averaging 14. 0% pressure rate from the inside. His career stats are solid: 90 sacks, 6 Pro Bowls, nearly 3 hurries per game, and he's still got plenty left in the tank. The trade value, as speculated, is a first-round pick in 2026, which is a reasonable price considering his impact and the potential to significantly upgrade the Lions' defensive line. Now, why would the Chiefs consider trading Jones? Well, Kansas City is in a bit of a cap crunch, with just about $5 million in space and a 9-3 record. They're looking to extend Patrick Mahomes, which means they need to free up some cap room. Their defense has been a bit inconsistent, allowing over 230 yards per game on the ground and giving up 25 points per game overall. The Chiefs are also eyeing a youth movement, especially in the secondary, where they're looking to add more cap flexibility for draft picks and free agents. Jones, who's set to be a free agent after 2026, might be an expendable piece, especially if they believe they can develop younger players or get more draft capital for him now. But here's where it gets really interesting for the Lions. Imagine what adding Chris Jones could do for Detroit's defense. We already know that our front seven has been solid but inconsistent at times. Without our full roster, especially with some key injuries, the defense has struggled to consistently dominate the line of scrimmage. Jones would be an instant upgrade, providing that game-changing presence that could elevate the entire unit. His presence alone would draw double teams, freeing up other players like Aiden Hutchinson and Jameson Williams to make more plays. Think about the impact on the run defense. Currently, the Lions are allowing around 4.3 yards per carry, decent but not elite. With Jones clogging up the middle, we could see that number drop significantly, maybe to around 3.6 yards per carry or even lower. That's huge because it makes opposing offenses more predictable and easier to stop, especially when you're trying to shut down a team like the Vikings or the Bears, both of whom have had offensive success this season. Jones's ability to anchor against the run and rush the passer makes him the kind of player who can shift the balance of power within the division. Plus, his red zone dominance is worth noting. He's responsible for stopping around 50% of opposing drives in the red zone, a clutch trait that all championship teams need. When the game's on the line, having a player like Jones to anchor your red zone defense can be the difference between a win and a loss. His return from a chronic ankle injury in Week 13 has been promising, and he's been showing that he can still be a force. That's crucial because, with his experience and leadership, he could be a cornerstone for the Lions' defense for years to come. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Lions are already trending upward. They've got a solid 7-5 record and are in the thick of the playoff hunt. Adding a player of Jones's caliber would not only boost the defense but send a message to the entire league. Detroit is serious about competing at the highest level. Their offense, led by Jared Goff and a dynamic group of receivers, has been explosive, but their defense has been the missing piece. A player like Jones could be the final piece of the puzzle, turning the Lions into a true Super Bowl contender. The impact of this move would be felt on the field, but also in the locker room. Jones's veteran presence, combined with his relentless style of play, would inspire the younger players and help shape a winning culture at Ford Field. This is exactly the kind of acquisition that can elevate a team from playoff hopefuls to serious contenders. And let's not forget the playoff implications. With Jones anchoring the defensive line, the Lions could become one of the most disruptive defenses in the league, capable of taking down even the most potent offenses. And looking at the odds, the Lions have already seen a boost in Super Bowl betting lines, going from plus 3,500 to plus 1,900. That's a clear indication that the smart money sees Detroit as a team on the rise, especially if they can bolster their front seven with a player like Jones. His presence could be the X factor in the postseason, helping the Lions punch through to their first Super Bowl appearance in decades. Of course, this is all hypothetical right now, but the signs are pointing toward a very real possibility. The Chiefs might be looking to make a move for cap space and draft capital, and the Lions are in a prime position to capitalize. A trade for Chris Jones would not only give Detroit a dominant interior presence, but also send a message to the NFC. This team is here to stay and ready to fight for that Lombardi trophy. In the end, the potential acquisition of Chris Jones could be a game changer. It's about more than just adding talent. It's about transforming the identity of the Lions' defense, creating a fortress at Ford Field that opposing teams dread to face. Imagine Jones lining up across from the Vikings' interior line or helping shut down the Bears' rushing attack. The possibilities are exciting, and as Lions fans, we should be thrilled about the potential of seeing one of the league's best interior linemen donning Honolulu blue and silver. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So my fellow Lions fans, this is a storyline that's worth keeping a close eye on. The possibility of adding Chris Jones to our roster could be the move that propels Detroit into the elite tier of the NFL. It's about making a statement, about showing the league that Ford Field is no longer just a good team. It's a team that's ready to dominate, to fight for the ultimate prize, and to build a legacy that lasts. When you look at our current roster, the potential is already there, but a move like this could take us to a whole new level. The future looks bright, and we as fans should be excited about what's to come. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news.